Hello YouTube, and welcome to this small video. Now, as you might know, I'm building 4 Chaos Legions for Warhammer 40k, my beloved Emperor's Children, who I'll be taking up to 4,000 points, because that's like the limit for the TSA Mega Battle every year. And then the second one I'm going to build are the Word Bearers, which I'm showing here. Well, this is a color test model. Now, the reason I'm making this video is because in the future I'll be painting them more, and I'll probably forgot which colors I used, so it's part for myself as well as a reference material. Let's see if I can light them some more. Gotta love those big diamond lamps. There you go. Bit more light. So afterwards I'm also going to do the Alpha Legion, on which I'll do a video on the color test model somewhere in a week or two. And the Night Lords. Now, my nemesis, he fields 4 other legions, being Dead Guard, Iron Warriors, and then he has some plans. Not sure, but in the end, between ourselves, we'll have 8 of the 9 legions on the table. So we can probably field the whole Mega Force ourselves. Now, the models, the Warders, initially had grey armor, which is boring. So I went for their post-betrayal colors of red. Yeah, don't mind the shaking, I still need to get a new foot for the camera. So on a base coat of black, I first used, for the armor red, I used Vallejo Heavy Red, which was then, well, I just did a whole model in the red, and then I'll army painted it with the strong tone, dry brushed it again with the red, the same heavy red, and then I should have put those colors at hand. So, and then I'll line it out with this now unreadable russet red from Coat d'Arms. I really love the Coat d'Arms range. It's my favorite paint range because they have all the old Games Workshop colors which I grew up on, so I remember what they are. For the metal parts, let's turn them around a bit, and the gold parts. Now the metal is gunmetal from Vallejo. Over that, the inkwash armor from Coat d'Arms. So yeah, there's a color I use most. I don't own a lot of Games Workshop colors actually, so that was painted over it. So it was all over the red model. So, and then again highlighted with, well, highlighted a bit of line out with a mithril silver from Coat d'Arms to give it a shiny look. For the brass pieces, I used Coat d'Arms brass and the bright gold over it, so that gives a nice contrast. The eyes are just Coat d'Arms dark green, so you can't really see them very well, but and then there's the bolter casings. Now normally bolter, they tend to go black or metal or something, and I wanted to do something a bit more archaic for them, giving them a special look, so I went for a brown casing, which was painted with Coat d'Arms chocolate brown as the base color, and then layered with, here we go, the heavy sienna color from Vallejo game color range. So that was for the casings. It gives a nice contrast with the dark red. Now the base is done in grey, dark rubber from Vallejo, because that there's a bit of a reference to their original grey armor. And now you might wonder what this square under the base is, but it's actually a metal plate, 25 by 25 millimeters, because my transport cases, boxes, they're all with a magnetic foil at the bottom, and then I can just stick them right nice next to each other and they all transport easily. So if you want to know more about these, you can always check my blog, for which I did some hidden product placement at the back. So you can also see my email if you want to ask something, nothing too serious. But that's the address of my blog site. You'll see the progress on these figures and other things I'll do and movies I watch there as well. So the usual stuff. But that's a bit of the rundown of how I'm going to paint my Word Bearer Legion. Now about the Legion itself, It's going to be Heretic Astartes for troops, a small unit of cultists because they tend to have a bunch of fanaticals running around. Now, if they bring out the new Necromunda, the Redemptionist Crusade, you know, those zealots with the torches from the old games, all in the red robes, I'll probably buy a heap of them as well, just to boost the cultist ranks. But the Warbearers, fluff-wise, they're also heavy on demons, and because I don't want to take a sorcerer for them, and I'm going to go for a Lord and a Dark Apostle. I'm just going to build like 1000 points initially and put them in a patrol detachment. So that frees up the choices. I'm going for the Tzeentch demons, pink and blue horrors and the brimstone horrors, because one, it breaks up the monotonous red colors, and two, it gives me some psychic offensive with I believe the unit can cast smite, so it's not too impressive, but it gives something, even though they can't deny, so I'll be overpowered in the enemy's psychic phase. But I'm not going like the most and include sorcerers in every force. It's a bit silly. So 40k should be about guns, not about magic. Go play Warhammer if you want to use wizards everywhere. You hear that, Nemesis? Go play Warhammer for wizards everywhere. Iron Warriors don't use wizards, they use warsmiths. Learn your fluff, cheater! Just kidding. No, that's just, I tend to build my armies a bit in a fluff way, so every now and then I'm going, when I do something of a color test, I'm going to do one of these short videos, and if it's okay I'll film it, and if it's not okay I'll repaint it. So see you next time, and thanks for watching. Cheers!